In this video, we'll talk about dative case with modals and indirect objects. Интересно смотреть спорт по телевизору. Ну, ему интересно. А кажется, ей не интересно. Холодно, когда идет снег. Ну, им холодно, а ей не холодно. We were using adverbs and infinitives before to talk about generalized statements. So, for example, трудно говорить по-русски. It's difficult to speak Russian. However, if we want to specify for whom something is difficult or easy, then we have to use the dative case. So, Аманде трудно, а Денису легко. Обычно американцам трудно говорить по-русски, но нам не трудно. Let's review the endings for the dative case. We had masculine and feminine before, when we talked about feelings. Now we're adding in the plural. We see here in our examples, у, you for masculine, like Denisu, and ye, or sometimes I for feminine, like Amandye. Now we add in the plural, американцам, ям. Завтра контрольная работа. Надо заниматься. Но это Миша. Ему не надо заниматься. А Павлу у него плохая отметка. Павлу надо заниматься. Можно пить пиво в пятницу вечером? Ну, Зинаиде можно, а Данилу нельзя. У него аллергия на пиво. Before we were using надо and можно, sometimes with infinitives, to describe a generalized need to do something or ability to do something. So, надо купить хлеб. But if we want to specify for whom something is needed, or to whom the ability exists to do something, then we use the dative case. Мне надо купить хлеб, а тебе не надо. У тебя уже есть хлеб. I need to buy bread, but you don't need to. You already have it. Можно смотреть фильм сегодня вечером? Олегу можно, а Аманде нельзя. Ей надо заниматься. We could use generalized. People can watch a film tonight. But if we want to specify for whom, Oleg can do it, but Amanda can't. She needs to study. In Russian, we use the dative case for this. Let's look at the personal pronouns in dative. And if we remind ourselves of the endings, that in dative case masculine and neuter are u, you, feminine are ye or I, and plural are yam, that we will be able to see some correspondence with the personal pronouns. So in dative case, я becomes мне, ты, тебе. And it's not by chance they both have ye as their ending. It kind of corresponds to this feminine here. And then they are both singular, yeah? Он, ему, and you can see the u here. Она becomes ей. And maybe we can identify the ye sound in there. Мы becomes нам. Вы, вам. And of course, it's not by chance that they rhyme with each other and that they correspond with yam. The M theme also continues with ani in dative becoming im. Try these. I need to make a salad. Мне надо делать салат. I just want to briefly remind you that if in the context it's clear who needs to do the thing, then oftentimes the dative part will be left out. So if I say, надо делать салат, and it's clear that it's me who needs to do it, I'm likely to leave out мне. Dima can play tennis today. Диме можно играть в теннис сегодня. And I just also want to remind you that in this case, can means not can physically, but has the permission, for example, or has the ability in the sense that he's not too busy to play tonight. Джону надо купить новый чайник. John needs to buy a new teapot. Can you have lunch in the cafe with me today? Можно тебе обедать в кафе со мной сегодня? Again, I put the тебе in brackets because if it's clear in the context who we're talking to, we might leave it out. We need to get acquainted with these students. Нам надо познакомиться с этими студентами. Does he need to read the article today? Ему надо читать статью сегодня. Note that in pretty much all of these cases, we could reverse the word order. We could say надо ему читать статью сегодня. Can they take a walk in the park right now? Им можно гулять в парке сейчас. Подарки. Что Денис купил кому? What gifts did Denise buy for whom? Match the gift with the family member as you listen. Денис купил отцу галстук и маме красивый шарф. Сестре он купил видеоигру. Бабушке он купил книгу, но не знает, что купить дедушке. Тете и дяде он купил фильмы. Двоюродному брату он купил футбольный мяч, и двоюродной сестре он купил карандаши. Notice the grammar here. Buy what for whom? What did Denise buy for whom? Денис купил книгу бабушке. Денис купил отцу галстук. Take a look at the endings of the words here. What cases do we have? Книгу бабушке, отцу галстук. First find the things that are being bought. Книгу, галстук. What case are they? Can you tell by their endings? Then find the people who are being bought for. Бабушке, отцу. Can you tell by their endings what cases they are in? You probably figured out that the things that are being bought, книгу, галстук, are in the accusative case. They're the direct objects. They're the things receiving the action of the verb. Whereas бабушке, отцу, are the people for whom are being bought. Dative case. One of the beauties of Russian is that we can move the words around in the sentence, and they still mean the same thing. And this is precisely because of the endings. We can find the direct objects here, and the indirect objects here, and they can be in completely different orders and mean basically the same thing. Денис купил книгу бабушке, and бабушке Денис книгу купил. We can really put the words theoretically in any order, and they will mean the same thing. And that's precisely because the endings on the words tell us what role they're playing in the sentence. Furthermore, this doesn't only happen with the verb to buy. It can be other verbs as well. Here's another example. Она говорит тебе правду. Она тебе говорит правду. Or we could move it around even more. Она тебе правду говорит. Then we have the indirect object. Who is she saying the truth to? Тебе. And again, the words could be moved around pretty much in any combination, and we would still know what was happening in the sentence because of the forms of the words. Тебе is dative, so we know that's to or for whom. Pravdu is accusative, so we know that that's the thing that's being acted upon. So this is dative case for indirect object. If that means something to you from when you studied grammar in English or in other languages earlier. Who does what to whom? Who is the subject? What is the direct object, which in Russian is an accusative case? And to whom is the dative? This is indirect object. To or for whom some action is taken. Try these. First, identify what is going to be in the accusative case, what's the direct object, and what's going to be in the dative case, indirect object. Here it was pretty easy. In English, we formulated it as, for example, a car for his son. So it was clear that for his son, his son was the indirect object. However, in English, we can sometimes say it differently. We can say, Roman bought his son a car. In that case, it's not as clear. Now try putting these ends of the sentence into Russian. Roman купил машину сыну. Алена купила пылесос сестре. Мы купили бабушке кастрюлю. Ты купил юбку жене? Я куплю отцу галстук. Они купят книги родителям. Here we have all of the direct objects in green, the things that were bought or will be bought. And then the people for whom they're bought are in blue. Notice that the word order is switched in some cases, and actually, pretty much in every case, we could put them in either order. We could switch it around. Roman купил сыну машину. So if you put it in the opposite order, that works as well. The order doesn't matter because we can tell what is being bought for whom by the endings on the words.